join in and mark what must have become one of the longest-running, most happily celebrated 80th birthday parties ever for the Queen Mother. This is very much a salute to Her Majesty from both sides of the Atlantic, which means that tonight the best of British will be lining up with the Hollywood greats. Names like Sammy Davis Jr. and Danny Kaye, Cleo, Laine, Peggy Lee, Bruce Forsyth, and many more besides. As always, there are the newcomers, like the young singer Sheena Easton from Glasgow and the northern comic Squires, who will be both making their Royal Variety debut. While when dear Arthur Askey walks out on the stage for him, it will be his 11th Royal Variety performance. Of course, as you might have guessed, the man who's responsible for bringing this galaxy of stars together, the managing director of the Moss Empire and Palladium, Louis Benjamin, has a few extra special stars tucked up his sleeve, but we ought to wait to see who they are. But you know, whether they're top-of-the-bill artists or newcomers, they're all at this moment quite literally having to wait in the wings. And out there, the crowds that have been standing in the pouring rain now for nearly 2 hours, they're waiting too. Waiting for the arrival of the real star of tonight's show, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, our Queen Mum. Well, the cheers of the crowd tell us that Her Majesty the Queen Mother has just arrived, being greeted at the door there by Lord Delfont, who's the life president of the Entertainment Artists Benevolent Fund. Now presenting Mr. Louis Benjamin, who's the managing director of Moss Empire and the Palladium, and also the vice president of the Artists Benevolent Fund. Lord Delfont now taking Her Majesty through under the canopy where Mr. Reg Swinson, MBE, who's the secretary of the Artists Benevolent Fund, is waiting. Next to him, Mr. Ronnie Swift, the general manager and director of Moss Empire. Her Majesty, of course, giving that smile which always outshines any of the diamonds that she might wear. Pausing to talk to the crowd. And as she comes into the theatre, up this flower-lined entrance, it's worth remembering that all the money from tonight's gala performance will be going to Brinsworth House in Twickenham, where 39 former variety artists now live in retirement. And as Her Majesty reaches the top of the stairs, there waiting for her, Dame Anna Neagle. Dame Anna, we can't quite see her, she's just in there behind Lord Delfont. There's Dame Anna. She's actually never appeared in a Royal Variety performance, and indeed this will be the only appearance that she's making tonight, because there's a car outside with its engine running, waiting to take Dame Anna back to the Adelphi Theatre, where she's appearing in My Fair Lady. The lady who made this presentation last year, Evelyn Laine. It's her 80th birthday this year. She's sitting in the audience. Prince Charles now, greeting Dame Anna. Dame Anna Neagle, one of the greats of the British theatre. As Prince Charles makes his leisurely way down to the royal box, Dame Anna, no doubt at a rather more hurried pace, to her car and the theatre. Well, as the royal party move off to take their seats, we go into the theatre for the Royal Variety performance of 1980.
Your Majesty, it is my proud privilege and also my pleasure to bid you welcome and to bring you this message of greeting on behalf of all the performers gathered here. They would have me tell you that the joy of their performance this evening is greatly enhanced by your gracious presence. It is the sincere hope of us all that you enjoy the entertainment we have prepared.
playmates. I expect you wonder why a great star like me has come on as early as this. No, I've got to be back in the institution at 9 o'clock, you see. We've got a new matron. And she let Lionel Blair off, so she had to let me off as well, you know. Anyways, keep going, boys, that's the idea. You did well at rehearsals. Well, anyway, playmates, as I say, it's lovely working here in this lovely theatre, because I'm so well known here. You know they put me in the star dressing room? They have. On my dressing room door, there's a big star, and as I was coming out, I slammed the door, and the star fell off. And the word underneath proved not only am I a star, I'm a gentleman as well. Well, you see, the stage staff here are all so friendly. They know all about me. They know I was born in 1900, and that was a very good year, 1900. And so I don't worry about age, you know. All I hope is I live till I'm 98 and I'm shot by a jealous husband. I must have a chat with JR about that. Anyway. Well, this is my 12th Royal Variety Show, playmates. I'll never forget the first one. It was so exciting. The Queen thought I was marvellous. Prince Albert wasn't so keen, but... and during that show, I sang a little song, and I've had a request for it again tonight. Now, those of you who remember Bandwagon in the Stone Ages, anyone remember Bandwagon? You do? You must be older than you look. Anyway, in those happy days, I always used to sing little songs about insects or birds. Well, tonight, I'm going to sing you the original of all these silly little songs. Guess what it's called? Oh, you can see the music. Off we go. Lovely tempo. Oh, what a glorious thing to be, a healthy, grown-up, busy bee, whiling away the passing hours, pinching all the pollen from the calling flowers. I'd like to be a busy bee, being just as busy as a bee can be, flying round the garden, the sweetest ever seen, taking back the honey to the dear old queen. Buzz, 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 honeybee, buzz if you like, but don't sting me. Buzz, 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 honeybee, buzz if you like, but don't sting me. Oh, what a glorious thing to be, a healthy, grown-up, busy bee, making hay while time is right, building up the honeycomb just like tripe. I'd like to be a busy bee, being just as busy as a bee can be, flying all around the wild hedgerows, singing all the cows upon the parson's nose. Buzz, 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 honeybee, buzz if you like, don't sting me. Buzz, 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 honeybee, buzz. Oh, God. Silly bee song, isn't it? Oh, what a glorious thing to be, a nice obedient busy bee. To be a good bee, one must contrive. The bees in the beehive must be hive. But maybe I wouldn't be a bee. Bees are all right when alive, you see. When bees die, you really should see 'em pinned on a card in a mucky museum. Buzz, 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 honeybee, buzz if you like. I must buzz off. Buzz if you like, but don't sting me.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of Music Hall, with Roy Hudd as Max Miller.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Well, what if I am? Not interfering with you, am I, lady? Here we go then with the first song, ladies and gentlemen, a little song entitled Don't Sit on the Gas Stove, Granny, You're Too Old to Ride the Range. Here we go. I'm known as the cheeky chappy. The things I say are snappy. That's why the pretty girls all fall for me. I don't do things contrary. My love will never vary, 'cause Mary from the dairy holds the key. I fell in love with Mary from the dairy, but Mary wouldn't fall in love with me. Down by an old mill stream, we both sat down to dream. A little did she know that I was thinking of a scheme. She said, let's pick some buttercups and daisies. Those buttercups were full of margarine. She slipped and then she fell down by the wishing well, in the same place that I fell with Nellie Dean. Now here's a funny thing, now here is a funny thing. I went home last night, now there is a funny thing. I went through the kitchen, into the bedroom, there's the wife crying her eyes out. I said, now what's the matter? She said, it's all right for you, Miller, out half the night. Well, you've been out, I've had a burglar in here. I said, did he get anything? She said, not half, I thought it was you. I came home one night, she's there with two black eyes. I said, now where'd you get two black eyes from? She said, the lodger gave them to me. I showed upstairs, I said, oi, you've given my wife two black eyes? He said, yes. I said, what for? He said, I found out she was being unfaithful to us. I came home one night, I said to her, listen, I said, I've just found out our milkman has made love to every housewife in this street except one. She said, I bet it's that stuck-up woman at number 12. Never be another, will it? But don't get me wrong, lady, don't get me wrong. I think marriage is a marvellous thing. You know, marriage always reminds me of riding a bike. Any old thing will do to learn on. Once you've learned, get a good one, right? And now a short monologue is spoken from the mouth. I like the girls who do. I like the girls who don't. I hate the girl who says she will, and then she says she won't. But the girl who I like best of all, and I'm sure you'll say I'm right, is the one who says she never does, but she looks as if she... Now listen. Here's one. I had a shocking nightmare the other night. Me and 3 pals, we went to hell, and the devil was there, and the devil said to the first fella, he said, what are you doing down here? He said, don't ask me. Don't ask me. He said, I've never neglected the wife. He said, I've never been drunk. I've never been out with women. I don't know why I'm here. He said, the second fellow, what about you? He said, I'm just the same as him. He said, never neglected the wife. He said, never got drunk. He said, never been out with other women. The third fella, exactly the same. He said to me, now, what are you doing now here, Miller? I said, well, I'm entitled to be here. I said, I've neglected the wife. I said, I've gone out and got drunk and I've been with other women. The devil said, you're just the fella I'm looking for. He said, you know what I'm going to do? I said, what? He said, I'm going to burn the other 3 and me and you are going to have a night out. Yeah. My missus said she's going to divorce me. The moment that she does and I'm free. There's a pretty girl I know, I'll take her to and show just where Mary from the dairy fell for me. Yes, where Mary from the dairy fell for me.
Underneath the arches, we dream of you away. Underneath the arches, on cobblestones we lay. Every night you'll find us, tired out and warm, happy when the daylight comes creeping, heralding the dawn, sleeping when it's raining, and sleeping when it's fine. Trains rattling by and by, a pillow. No matter where we stray, underneath the arches, we dream our dreams away. Underneath the arches, we dream our dreams away. Slowly, just slowly, under the cool of the evening air, I don't envy the rich. I'd rather have shanked his pony when I'm strolling, just strolling, where the light of the blue every night I go out calling, and I know my heart is rolling when I'm strolling with the one I love. When I'm strolling with the one I love.
I'm sure nothing pleases an old performer more than an opportunity to help a young talent. I, as the oldest member of our company, have the pleasure and privilege of presenting our youngest member, whom we all hope will reach right to the top of the tree with a little bit of luck. Well, best wishes, Paul Squire. Well,
On the other side of the tracks, that is where I'm going to be. On the other side of that great divide between fame and fortune and me. Gonna put my shadows behind me, give my inhibitions the X, and tomorrow morning you'll find me on the other side of the track. That's to say, I better not go on, it's on later, isn't it? Yeah, still got it. Cecil and Herbert went to the fairground, you see. And Cecil said, I want to go in that Big Dipper. Herbert said, well, I'm not going on, they make me sick. Cecil said, well, I'll go on my own. He did do. We went to the Big Dipper 3 times round. The old lot collapsed. There was Cecil lying underneath all the wood and all the tracks and all the debris. And Herbert ran over. He said, Cecil! Cecil, he said, speak to me, lover, you hurt. Hurt? He said, I went round 3 times. You never even waved. Isn't this just wonderful? Oh, you are so kind. I just wish I could sit down and watch myself. I really do. W.C. Fields goes into this bar.
was an iron bar. And he walked up to the counter and he said, give me a pint glass. So the barmaid put a pint glass on the bar. He said, fill it full of whiskey, my little chickadee. So the barmaid filled the pint glass right to the brim, 140% proof whiskey. 140! Well, they were playing darts, you see, and when he was full, he said, give me a duster.
She said, what do you want a dusty for?
He said, I might as well clean the ceiling while I'm up there. Oh, you are too kind, you really are. Oh, come on, chef, come on. Wookies. Sit. There's a knock on the bedroom door.
Come on, son, get up. You've got to go to school. I don't want to go to school, Mum. The kids hate me. And the teachers hate me.
You've got to go. You're the headmaster.
So I must tell you... Isn't it just wonderful?
I must tell you this because yesterday I came back from this wonderful tour. Now it's dead true. And I was coming through the customs at the airport, and this big customs officer, he said to me, he said, what have you got in that case there? I said, I've just got some sugar for my tea.
He said, well, what have you got in the other case there, then?
I said, I've just got some sugar. For me coffee. He hit me twice with his truncheon. I said, what was that for? He said, that's 2 lumps for your cocoa. Isn't it just wonderful? Right? I've killed you all with the gags. I shall now storm you all with the impressions. Now, the first impression is of an idiot looking out to sea. Now, the next impression is... The next impression is of an Irish disco dancer. Disco's here and disco's there. Now, that's the impressions. Now, if I could just do the voice, that'd be great, wouldn't it? How about that, Chuck Berry? Chuck Berry, it's wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, I made my best impression. My favourite cowboy, Mr. James Stewart. Any prize on the bottom shelf? James Stewart.
It's my favourite, this. I am sailing. Sorry. Wrong Stewart. But we all make mistakes, don't we? I mean, that's why they put rubbers on the end of pencils. You want to watch it, Hoss, you're losing weight. I've got it this time. It's Rod Stewart, really. Rod Stewart. Support Scotland. Just for the Scots. For these are my mountains. And... Oh, that's Andy. Sorry, I got the wrong Stewart. Well, we all make mistakes, don't we? As the Dalek said when he jumped off the dustbin. I've got it this time, though. Jackie Stewart. Right, this time... No, James Stewart. It's good, this. Oh. That's all I did. I was going to do Ronald Reagan, President-elect of the United States of America. He was asked, you know, straight after the election, he said, Mr. Reagan, what are you going to do about the defense of the USA? He said, well, we're going to get all these wagons in a circle over here. Oh, you are so kind. Imagine the scene at the Battle of Little Bighorn, then. General Custer's last stand, and there's only General Custer and his sergeant left. And they're surrounded by 30,000 screaming Indians. Oh! Hey, oh, no, hey, oh, no, hey, oh, no. Hey, no, hey, oh, no, hey, oh, no, oh, no. A white man speak with a full tongue. just because I like women. Not that women, that women! There he was, General Custer, surrounded by all the Indians, and in come the arrows. And he turns to his sergeant, in his dying breath, and he said, "Oh, but you thought I couldn't do Frank Spencer, didn't you?"
Side of the tracks, that is where I'm going to be. On the other side of that great divide between fame and fortune and me. Gonna put my shadows behind me, give my inhibitions the axe, and tomorrow morning you'll find me on the other side of the tracks. And tomorrow morning you'll find me on the other side, on the farther side, on the other side of the track. Good night.
Jimmy Young. How about it? Thank you. Xanadu. Oliver Newton-John. Nice-looking lad. But could he do this? Or this? Thanks. That helped a lot. No net, no net. And Jean Kelly, nice old lady. But if it was Jean Kelly, isn't it, Mark? He can tap dance on roller skates. I could do that when I was 10 years of age. Well, there we are. Anybody here from Edmonton? That was... You missed one, didn't you? We're all nervous. Anybody here from Edmonton? Really? Well, you know the green at Edmonton, the hill? You know, where the old bingo hall is now? Down by the Midland Bank? That was me when I was a kid, 8 years of age. Whee! Don't leave, for God's sake. Right. Whee! The doorman came out under his legs. Oh, dear. It's been fun learning to skate again. Only taken 12 sit-ins. But this part of the show is all about Val Parnell's Sunday night at the London Palladium. So it is going down memory lane again. But, oh, hello, darling. Is it time? Now? Good gracious. You see, the year just flies away, doesn't it? It really does. And I mean, the hours sort of drag, but I can't believe my MOT. MOT, mustn't overtouch. But there we are, Val Parnell's Sunday night at the Palladium. Let me, you know, sort of, let's look back a bit. I always used to come out and do a topical joke. Like, for instance, if I was doing the show now, I'd come out and I'd say something like, I do appreciate that wonderful ovation you gave me. And, you know, as Bianca Janka said, thanks a million. See, it's that kind of a thing. Or maybe I'd do something about Miss World, you know, because I was a judge. Did you see it, Miss World? I was a judge. And terrible about Germany. Miss Germany, 17 hours and she resigns, you know. And she's getting offers now from all over the world. The BBC want her. Blue Peter. Anyway, we'd do a sort of couple of guys. And then the Tiller girls would all come out, 16 of them, doing the kicking routine. And sometimes the dancers would do, you know, a sort of routine at the start of the show. And then sometimes I would do a number, maybe, with the girls. Thank you, Ron. down to get you in a taxi, honey. What was that, a seal? I told you at the end. You better be ready about 8:30. Now, dearie, don't you be late. Yeah, there. I want to be there when the band starts playing Firefly. 'Cause oh my, she radiates moon glow. Once none of that noon glow. She starts to glitter when the sun goes down about 8 p.m. It's mayhem. She switches the brights up, lights up, and gives me a call. He takes me to the Firefly ball. And when I get to this, I get to fella there and grab me some glow. No, she's a mad about, luring every night about, while leaving me moaning low. Oh, Firefly, why can't I latch on to you? Know how? Oh, how I love you, but gee, why do you set the night on Firefly? Shine a little light on me. Forget the feather there and grab me some glow. So she's a mad about, luring every night about, while leaving me moaning low. Oh, Firefly, why can't I latch on to you? Know how? Oh, how I love you, but gee, why do you set the night on Firefly? Shine a little light on, shine a little light on, shine a little light on me. When the sun goes down. Yes, well, I must have done about 150 television shows from the Palladium, apart from raw variety shows. And there's always, you know, a few moments that sort of mean more to you than others. And I think one of the nicest moments ever at a raw variety show for the Queen Mother, this is a lovely moment. I was just going to introduce the next act, and Bud Flanagan walked on, as only he could. And
There's chaos outside. Chaos. Well, there's a big car, and it's blocking the whole of the Argyle Street.
Oh, well, for good... Not now, I'm just
right
introducing...
down Regent Street.
But Bud, I'm introducing the next act, for goodness sake.
It's got to be moved. It's got to be moved.
I mean, well, I'm so sorry about this. Well, all right, you want me to tell them what the car number is, and then we'll do it. All right, OK, sorry. What's the car number?
HRH 1.
Why don't you say so, you fool? Well, what can we do? I mean, what?
Throw the keys down, Mom. I'll move it for you.
Well, oh, thank you, Billy. Thank you. You see, there's nothing like nostalgia, especially if it gets a laugh the second time around. But one other thing about the London Palladium, Val Parnell's, I keep saying Val Parnell because this man was such a great showman, but he gave me my very big break in show business. And, you know, that show gave a lot of young people a big chance. We have us with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, a young lady who the BBC have given her a series, quite rightly so. It'll be coming out early in the new year, and this girl has the quality of a star. How about Grace Kennedy?
Trumpets call, let the people shout, strike up the band, hear the cymbals ring, calling one and all to the martial swing, strike up the band, and there is work to be done, and there's a war to be won. Come, you son of a gun, take your stand, you can't fascinating rhythm got me on the go. Fascinating rhythm rhythm, I'm all a quiver. Why the mess you making? The neighbors want to know why I'm always shaking just like a flivver. Each morning I get up with the sun. Took by that night, no work has been done. I know that much it didn't matter, but now you can drunk when you start a patter. I'm so unhappy. Oh, won't you take a damn decide to run along somewhere far away off and make it snappy? Oh, how I long to be the girl I used to be. Fascinating rhythm, you're taking such a liberty with me. Once it didn't matter, but now you're doing wrong. Won't you take a day off the side to run along? Oh, how I long to be the girl I used to be. A fascinating rhythm, fascinating rhythm, fascinating rhythm, fascinating rhythm, fascinating rhythm. You're making a fool. Done. There's a war to be won. Come, you son of a gun, take your stand, take your stand. Fall in line, you boy. Come on, let's go.
Miss Sheena Easton.
This man is old. Sometimes he's mild. Sometimes he's bold. This man I love. Sometimes in spite, wishing he'd stick to his guns or abandon the fight. But when he shines, oh, when he shines, yes, when he shines so bright. Sometimes a tramp, sometimes a dude. He changes color just like a chameleon. Can't find the mood. He is a song that's not easy to write. gentleman. This man is strong. This temperamental man plays me along. But when he shines, when he shines, when he shines, he shines so bright. Yes, when he shines, when he shines, when he shines, he shines so
I did enjoy that. I liked it so much I felt like joining him myself. Well, I'm not going to do anything to spoil that lovely welcome. I'm in here to introduce a young man who makes me laugh a lot when I see him on the television. He's as brilliant as he's original. He's British. In fact, he's a comedian to the manner born. In his politician's after-dinner speech, Mr. Rowan Atkinson.
My Lord Mayor, my Lady Mayoress, my lords, ladies, and gentlemen, there comes a time when we must all stand up and be counted. I am standing up now and can be counted. 1. To each of you, I say, you are a 1. And 1s are about to become singularly important. Because Britain is facing the gravest economic crisis since 1380. And you know, many of us still remember the dark days. The eternal torment, worry, exasperation, and all manner of strife. And if we're going to be prepared for the lights going out on our lives once more, we must ask ourselves crucial questions. Where are we? did we get here? Why did we come? Where do we want to go? How do we want to get to where we want to go? How far do we have to go before we get to where we want to be? How would we know where we were when we got there? Have we got a map? Why did we leave places to get to where we are? Where were we before? That we felt as though we had to leave to get to where we are before we knew we got to where we wanted to be. Where would we end up if we had the choice? Where would we end up if we didn't have the choice? What would we choose given the choice? Do we have that choice to choose? Or indeed, can we be choosy about the choice too? What are the chooses? Choices. Do we want to stop now? Rhetorical. Or do we want to go right back to the beginning and start all over again? Perhaps not. But surely you can see my point. Because what I'm talking about is life. Because life is one of those things, isn't it? That most of us find it very difficult to avoid. In the words of Esther Ransom, life is uncertain. My life certainly has a certain uncertainty about it. And I'm certain that yours does too. And with your uncertainty and my uncertainty, there's certainly a certain degree of uncertainty about it. Of that we can be quite sure. So let's buckle down, should we? Purpose is what we're striving for. We must have purpose. We must not be purposeless. We must not exhibit purposelessness. We must be purposelessness. Because we don't want to end up doing. Because we don't want to end up doing. Like the blind man in the dark room, looking for the black cat. That isn't there.
A brand new sound from a brand new group, Wall Street Crash.
Come on in, gather round. Oh my honey, we better hurry, let's meander. Ain't you going to the leader man, ragged leader man? Oh my honey, let me take you to Alexander's Grand Slam Rag Band. Ain't you coming along? Come on here, Alexander's Ragtime Band. Come on here, it's the best band in the land. They can play a bugle like you never heard before. There's a natural that you want to go to war. It's just the bestest band that am Honeyland. Come on along. Let me take you by the hand up to the man, who's the leader of the band. If you wanna hear that swanny music played in ragtime, come on here, Alexander's Ragtime Band. Come on here, Alexander's Ragtime Band.
There's a
company be?
Where do you see?
He plays a tiddly-yada, tiddly-yada.
Toot toot.
He plays right to the bar. Play it, Sam. Bop, boo-bop, boo-ba-dop.
Come on along and listen to
The lullaby of Broadway.
Rip, Ray, and Ballyhoo. Come hear the band. I played my trombone for Roosevelt, Rockefeller for a while.
Wow.
I talk like a highbrow,
right?
But I play Chicago style. I get my shoes,
What lovely shoes.
and they're real crocodile.
Oh, yeah?
But I'd rather play trombone, Chicago style.
And he sometimes plays sweet wah, 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 wah. But sweet or hot, he's always got that real gut bucket beat. Hey, dig those real crazy whiskers.
All the girls love my smile, indeed.
'Cause he plays trombone, Chicago style. Oh, come on, slap that face. Slap that face. Make that drum. Come on along, let me take you by the hand. Up to the man, who's the leader of the band. Come on along, 'cause it's Alexander's Ragtime Band. Come on along, gather round, 'cause it's Alexander's Ragtime Band.
Very kind, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. oh, there you are. I let you into a little secret. I don't know why I wear these, you know. I don't need them, only for seeing. Well, on any program, I think you'll agree, any program, whether it's on stage or radio, screen or television, sometime or other there must be a dull moment. And here I am. I owe you an apology, apart from being here. No, I have not introduced myself. It's very arrogant of me to assume that everyone sitting out there tonight has seen me on television. Not everybody watches television. Some people go out to enjoy themselves. My name is Worth Harry. I'm a comedian. You notice I tell you I'm a comedian. We don't want any arguments when you're going out. Well, some lady might not know I'm a comedian. She's sitting there, she might not know. She might turn to her husband and ask, what is he? And he might forget himself and tell her. Which could be very embarrassing. Because of that silly little joke, the poor man could lose his wife. We make fun of this sort of thing. And it's hard to lose a wife. Hard. It's impossible. It's only a joke, ladies. If you don't like some of the jokes I tell tonight, by the way, you mustn't worry. It's no good as both worrying. Now, I'd like to do an act I did on television. You may remember my last appearance on television. A lot of people thought it was. Now, and you may say to yourselves, if you talk to yourself, you mustn't be ashamed. I talk to myself. I find it boring, but I listen. It's very rude not to. One day I might find myself saying something very intelligent, and when I do, I don't want to miss it. What is the chair for, you're probably saying? Well, the chair is for what is known as a ventriloquial act. That's with a doll, a little dummy, which I go off and the curtains open and I get this dummy. Oh, it is exciting. Now, I bring the dummy out and I sit it on my knee because I stand on one leg before all ventriloquists stand on one leg, and they've been doing this for centuries. Until recently, people have become a little curious, and they come to me and they say, Harry, all ventriloquists stand on one leg. Why? Is there a reason? And of course there is, if they took the other one away. Now, this dummy sits on my knee. Now, what I'm going to say to you will sound very silly, but a lot of people, they look at this doll sitting on my knee, and it's understandable. They don't believe I make it talk. So to prove to them that I make the doll talk, I do allow my lips to move a little. Well, now, you must watch this act, judge it for what it is. I'll get the dummy. Have you got music suitable for opening curtains? Thank you very much. There we are. This is the dummy. This. Now, there will be a short interval while I find the string. No, well, I don't have to tell you that this is work. There's a string at the back here. You pull the string, pulls the jaw down, and gives the impression of the dummy talking. I've often thought, wouldn't it be a funny thing if the string were to break? I'm looking for the string. You don't mind? Not at all. Is it all right? I don't know. I'm pulling it. I know you are. Does it hurt? Only when I laugh. I see. I beg your pardon. Carry on. It's my throat. It wants cutting. It's not a nice thing to say. No, but it's sincere. This is Fothering. Say hello. How do you do? I've been listening to you. You've been listening to me at the back of you, telling your jokes. Really? What do you think when you were listening? What do you think of me? Roguish. Roguish. That's what you said, roguish. Have you tried saying rubbish? All right, rubbish. That's getter. Would you like to sit down? Where? On my knee. Is there an alternative? No, then I'll sit on your knee. Now, the idea of the act is this. Sorry. That frightened me. Didn't do me any good either. Fotheringham, and this is, when I can get open, this is Clarence. He's not very big. No, he hasn't lived very long. No. Now, Clarence, I've been telling everybody, are you listening? Yes. You all right? Yes. You sure? Yes. Is he? Is he what? Is he all right? Yes. You are? Yes. He is he? Yes. Well, you gather he's all right? Yes. Intelligent conversation. You like it? Intriguing? Really? Yes. I don't know if I'm coming or going. You don't look good either way. Well, now, yes. Can you do anything to entertain? I sing. Oh, you sing? Oh, yes. Oh, Clarence. Oh, hell. What's your language? English. What's yours? Would you sing for us now? Yes. Oh, you will? Yes. Thank you. Yes. He will he? Yes. Would you join in? It's rather exhausting. But you will. Yours. Are you ready? Yours. Are you ready? Yours. Did he say yours? Yes. Is he taking the, no? Well, I thought he was. No, were you? Yeah, sure. You were? Yes, he was. Yes, I thought he was. What about you? Well, I'll join in the song. Sorry, it's all right. I'll join in the song. I warn you before I start. I'm just a ventriloquist. Yes, you are. Just. You know it's a sin to tell a lie. Still you keep saying I love you. Do. Yeah. You say it's true, I wish I knew. So I'm giving fair warning to you. Be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a shame to tell a lie. Well, now millions of hearts have been broken just because these words were spoken. I love you, yes I do. I love you. If you break my heart, I'll break your neck. So be sure it is true when you say I love you. Well done. It's a shame to tell a lie. Yeah.
There's a time in life when you know it's true, when you've got to do what you've got to do, and you know that you've got to face reality. Now the time has come when I know that I've got to break away just to stay alive, be myself, and begin to be free. I found the world. I've got to make it my own. I've got to reap what I've sown, to be able to say the time has come for me. There's a lot to do, and I do know now what I've got to do. And you've got to do what you've got to do. That's the key. Now I know that nobody else can show me the way I've got to go to discover who I am. It's got to be me. I found the world. I've got to make it my own. I've got to reap what I've sown, to be able to say the time has come for me. There's a lot to do, and I do know now what I've got to do. And you've got to do what you've got to do. That's the key. Now I know that nobody else can show me the way I've got to go to discover who I am. It's got to be me. It's got to be me.
Skylark, have you anything to say to me? Can you tell me where my love can be? Is there a meadow in the mist where someone's waiting to be kissed? Skylark, can you see a valley green with spring, where my heart can go a journeying over the meadows in the rain to a blossom-covered lane, and in your lonely flight, haven't you heard the music in the night? Wonderful music, faint as a will-o'-the-wisp, crazy as a loon, sad as a gypsy serenading the moon. Oh, Skylark, I don't know if you can find these things, but my heart is riding on your wing. And if you see them anywhere, won't you lead me there? Yes, my heart is riding on your wings. So if you see them anywhere, won't you lead me there?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. For my last number, I would like to sing one of Noel Coward's great songs, one that expresses so simply, but perfectly, just how we feel about our beautiful city. There's a little city flower every spring unfailing, growing in the crevices of some London railing. Though it has a Latin name in town and countryside, we in England call it London pride. London pride has been handed down to us. London pride is a flower that's free. London pride is our own dear town to us, and our pride it forever will be. Wow, Liza, see the Costa Barra, the vegetable marrows and the fruit pie. Wow, Liza, little Cockney sparrow, Covent Garden Market, where the costers cry. Cockney feet mark the beat of history. Every street pins a memory down. Nothing ever can quite replace the grace of London town. London town has been handed down to us. London pride is a brother that's free. London pride is our own dear town to us, and our pride it forever will be. Great city, smokily enchanted, cradle of our memories, our hopes and fears. Every blitz, our resistance toughening, from the Ritz to the anchor and proud, nothing ever can override the pride of London town, the pride of
Can you hear my heartbeat from the warmth of that reception? Oh. I've never been on a London stage before, so forgive me if I'm nervous. But I'm from the silent films. And wouldn't you know that my English ancestors, those that are here, will put on a stage a story of the birth of those silent films? And I am up there as me, and I thought you had to be dead for that. It's my pleasure to introduce a wonderful musician, Henry Mancini.
trees, singing weird melodies as they make that the start of the blues. Then from a jail there came a wail from a down-hearted frail, and we claim that to be a part of our blues. Now, from a whippoorwill sitting high on a hill, we took a new note, pushed it to a horn till it was worn into a blue note. You gotta believe me, we nursed it, rehearsed it, then we gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues. From a whippoorwill, everybody clap hands the way we were doing the old days. Come on. We took a new note, yeah, pushed it to a horn till it was worn into a blue note. Get it, get it, get it, get it, we nursed it, rehearsed it, then we gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues. I said we nursed, rehearsed, gave out the news, then that old Southland gave birth to the blues. Mr. George Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen, my conductor, sitting at the piano. For those of you who may not know, my name is Sammy Davis Jr. I introduce myself to you because that's a very nice entrance theatrically, but I take no chances. I want everybody to know, and it is my pleasure and my extreme honor to be among the invitees this evening, and I thank you. Thank you. This is my fourth time being here, and it's nice. Oh, I'm telling you, I wish, you know, I pray each night. I was saying to my wife last night, thinking about today, and I said, I hope I have, you know, I've gotten over the thing about the excitement so that I can walk out with raised eyebrow and be very, 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 you know. I can't. I'm sorry. I gotta, like my song, I gotta be me, so I'm still nervous and my hands are perspiring. And I thank you for making me feel at home, which I feel. But I gotta say something to you very briefly, that it is a very special thing that British audiences do to American performers. For instance, you have a quality, a capacity, if you take one to your hearts, that becomes very special. Subsequently, it becomes my pleasure as compere for this section to introduce someone that you consider very special, and so do we, because she is special. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Peggy Lee.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, fever in the morning, fever all through the night.
everybody's got the fever. That is something you all know. Fever isn't such a new thing. Fever started long ago. Captain Smith, Pocahontas had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, Daddy, oh, don't you dare, he give me fever. With his kisses, a fever when he hold me tight. Fever, I'm his missus, Daddy, won't you treat him right? Now you've listened to my story. Here's the point that I have made. Chicks were born to give you fever. Be it Fahrenheit or centigrade, they give you fever. When you kiss them, fever, if you live, you learn. Fever, till you sizzle, but what a lovely way to burn. 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 Thank you. Someday we'll build a home on a hilltop high. You and I, shiny and new, a cottage that two can fill, and we'll be pleased to be called the folks who live on the hill. Someday we may be adding a wing or two, a thing or two. We will make changes as any family will, and we'll be pleased to be called the folks who live on the hill. Our veranda will command a view of meadows green, the sort of view that seems to want to be seen. And when the kids grow up and leave us, we'll sit and look at that same old view, just we two, baby and Joe, who used to be Jack and Jill, the folks who like to be called what they have always been called, the folks who live on the
Miss Peggy Lee. Miss Peggy Lee, ladies and gentlemen. One of the nice things that I have found about being in show business, whether it be internationally or at home, is the fact that you get to meet interesting personalities within our business. One of the most interesting personality who remains and always will be a superstar in our end of the business and our phraseology at home is the next gentleman. What can you say? Save for Mr. Victor Borge.
Good evening. I'm a little short of breath because it has been a long day and I have been breathing all the time. You played beautifully, thank you. I could listen to this for another 15 seconds. It's a marvelous orchestra, and I think that Sammy already said so. And if he said so, then that's what it was. Each member, each musician is an artist in his own right, and soloist, I would say, and did say. It's only when they play together we have a little problem. But you won't notice that. Now, well, to make a long show short, I'm going to play a request from the management. I'm going to play a... which reminds me of something else I can't remember. A list of the second Rhapsody. We start with that because it's too late with the first one. Since apparently there is not time enough to play it alone, I have asked a colleague of mine to come and help me, and together we can play it in the time allotted. I would like to introduce this young pianist. He's an Armenian and has just returned, fortunately, from South America, where he recently has had a very, very successful, extensive concert tour. He is a pianist of renown, and he has studied in Istanbul from childhood, well, his childhood, of course, and he graduated in music and in chemistry, which is his hobby. And he is, well, I think you ought to know these things. And as I said, he has just returned from this extensive concert tour. And as a matter of fact, he only gave one concert, and that was in Oblivion. in Bolivia. Yes. And strange thing, when he came to... I'm so sorry about that. He came to... I'm not sorry about it, but happened to him? He came to the concert hall and they didn't have a piano. Is that ridiculous? So he did some chemistry for the audience. Now, where the concert hall was is now a telephone booth. As a matter of fact, may I ask you please to welcome Mr. Shahan Azrouni. Thank you. Mr. Azrouni lives in New York City with his family. He has lived there a few years, has made recordings there, piano, and doesn't speak English much, very little actually, and he hasn't said a word yet. And I speak a little Turkey, and he speaks a little English, so together we managed to get along. Did you really understand what I said? Mr. Azrouni is, and this is not a joke, this is really an honest to goodness truth. Mr. Azrouni is 26th in line for the throne in Armenia. Well, this is really a fact, and I know that you will laugh at it, but it is not a joke. Unfortunately, the monarchy ceased to exist in the 11th century. But so he has been standing in line for some time. We will now play the second Hungarian Rhapsody by Liszt. His uncle has been, I'm sorry to say, run over by a steamroller. A small one, a small stick. I can't help laughing myself, but it is really a fact. He was run over by a small steamroller, has been in a hospital. 6 months he has been in the hospital. In rooms 24 to 29. I noticed that they are running short of wood in England. Look at this. This is the top of the piano. In the summertime, when I play in the United States, we play in a huge tent, and I sit in the middle, and should the weather be bad, this is very good to have to protect me if the tent collapses. That one is for smaller tents. Oh, Liszt, yeah. It's not a difficult language, it is really... Sorry. I'm sorry. Well, thank you ever so much. It has been a privilege and a great honor to perform here tonight. I was just asked to do 15 seconds while they take the piano apart. And they are gone now. I can just tell you of an incident that happened at the airport when I arrived. I told you I was short of breath. When I arrived at Heathrow, I was standing waiting for my wife to come through with the passport, and the couple came by, an elderly couple, and the man said, "I wish I had brought my piano." And the wife said, "Why should you have brought your piano?" He said, "Because the tickets are on it."
Mr. Victor Borge, ladies and gentlemen. Victor, would you please do us an honor? We love you. As we say at home, moving right along with our bombastic review, I would like to say that, and I say this most humbly, we do have titled personage in America. There's the Earl of Hines. There's the Duke of Ellington, the Count of Basie. May I present to you the Queen of Soul, Miss Aretha Franklin.
This could be my shining hour, calm and happy and bright. In my dreams, your face will flower through the darkness of the night. Like the light on me, or an angel watching on me. This could be my shining hour, till I'm with you again. Strings are just delightful.
May I say that it is a pleasure and indeed an honor to perform for you this evening. I've chosen for my second selection a song that I feel is universal the world over. It is understood on any continent, in any language, and is as relevant today as it was the day that it was written by John Newton.
See how sweet the sound that say
we were backstage waiting to come on for the second half, and I watched the people tap dancing. Now, I don't know how many of you nice folks in the audience know that that's how I started out in this business, as a hoofer, you know, with my dad and my uncle. So I thought being a fan of Chorus Line, we'd borrow this number from Chorus Line so I could hoof a little bit for you. Go ahead, George. I'm watching Cisco pitter-pat. I said, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Learned all her steps right off the bat. Saying I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Dig. One day her kids won't go to her class band. So I grabbed her shoes and tights and all. But my foot's too small, so I stuffed her shoes with extra socks. Ran 7 blocks, did nothing flat. Yeah, I can do that. I know that I can do that. Sis won't go to her dance class. So I grabbed her shoes and tights and all. But my foot's too small, but I went to class and there I stayed. I had it made for the rest of my life. All thanks to Sis. Now married and fat. If she could do this, yes, that I can do. Yeah, I can do that. If a stair can do this, then I can do that. Thank you, you're beautiful. You're a beautiful audience. I would like to say that in our country there are certain things that happen that we will never be able to sort of figure out why they happen in terms of the theatrical. For instance, right now, not only in America, but all the world, where they have a small TV box, is trying to figure out who did it. I don't even have to mention it. It's obvious here. I can only tell you, and I just want to make this clear so I'll be able to come back. I ain't had nothing to do with it. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Mr. Larry Hagman, would you please?
Poker to win me some dollars, twisting the ear of a kid till he hollers, scaring young girls with lascivious grins. These are just some of my favorites. like to be nasty. I like to be hated. I'd like to be voted the cat of the year. Some people are happy to touch you with laughter, but I get my kicks when I send you to tears. Bankrupting partners with fiscal adventures, selling my brother my worthless debentures. Hearing them cries like sweet violins. These are just some of my favorite sins. Oh my goodness, I love it. My garden's a pasture for greenhorns and suckers. I rear 'em and shear 'em and skin 'em alive. Ah, la la la, and I forgot that particular lyric. Rum-dee-die-die-dee-dee-die-die-die-die. My recipe for the cake of good living. A pound of giving for 1 pound of giving. Oh, it'll all come back. I knew this would happen, you know. And then we go into the chorus where they help me out on the side there. Okay, let's start. Can we start again on the 1 pound of giving, or can we do that sort of thing? I knew we would panic. My daughter's in the audience. You know how this happens. Start off anywhere you want to. My recipe for the cake of good living. 1 pound of taken for each ounce of given. Sift out the scruples and store in a jar. Hell, you know my name. I was doing so well. Sorry, Mom. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Oh, gosh. Well, I blew it. Well, there you go. And what a place to blow it into. Well, you know, the last time I was on stage here was at Drury Lane Theater. It was 30 years ago. I was 19 years old. And I had the pleasure of being a Seabee on some strange little island in the South Pacific and singing a song to a hell of a dame. Not too bright, but a lovely dame. And the song kind of went like this. There is nothing like this day, nothing in the world. There is nothing you can name that is anything like this day. There are no books like this day, and nothing looks like this day. There are no drinks like this day, and nothing thinks like this day. There are no acts like this dame, or distracts like this dame. There ain't a thing that's wrong with any man here that can be cured by putting them near this worldly, womanly, female, feminine dame.
This doll is as dainty as a sparrow. Her figure is something to applaud. Where she's narrow, she's as narrow as an arrow. And she's broad, where a broad should be broad.
with dynamite. Her hair is white or pearly.
Thank God it's mine and curly.
Her lips are pips.
They call my hips whirly and whirly. You're my baby.
She's my ball.
But you're the one that breaks the law. And we don't want to run, cause we're having so much fun with honey bun.
Sing out and tell 'em.
Here we are at a very late age, carrying on, cutting up on the Palladium stage.
Please don't upstage me.
Honey, set your mind on mine. Mommy, honey, put your mind on this. Honey bun. Thank you. My son, J.R., has given me permission to sing a song tonight because he knows how much it means to me to be here on this stage. About 36 years ago, the great Noel Coward introduced me to my first London audience on that very same stage, the Theatre Royal, Drury Lane. I was so proud to be there, and I'm so proud to be here this night to sing this birthday song from me. Someday, when I'm awfully old and the world is cold, I will feel the glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Oh, but you're lovely with your warmth and grace, shared in every place. Nothing can erase that from my memory of the way you look tonight. Through the years, your graciousness grows. You've made it a work of art, and your smile that everyone knows touches our grateful hearts. Dear one, you'll never change. You'll keep that breathless charm. Thank you for arranging it, your love so just the way you look
deep in the heart of Texas.
The prairie sky is wide and high, deep in the heart of Texas. Sage in blue is my perfume, deep in the heart of Texas. Reminds me of the one I love, deep in the heart of Texas. of Texas are upon me.
All the livelong day.
Our eyes of Texas are upon you. You cannot get away. Do not think you can escape. From night to early in the morning, the eyes of Texas are upon you. Till Gabriel rolls you.
Mary Martin and Larry Hagman. May I ask them back for another bow? It's very special to see that lady on stage. Mary, would you come back out with your son? Well, that is special. That is a very special event, as far as I'm concerned, for backstage. It's amazing how a show like that can just capture the imaginations of everyone within the English-speaking world. You know, everybody's wondering who shot him and all of that. He looked perfectly well to me, and I don't know what the hoopla is about, really. Plus the fact that he's Goyim, and so who cares? That was just for the mishpucha in the audience. I would like... Oh, thank goodness he hasn't really changed. I would like, at this time, to say that this evening has been, for me, backstage, the first and the second half, excluding my part, has been very, very kind of special, and you could feel the aura at 4 o'clock this afternoon that everybody was excited. The pros, the super pros who have been in this business for a long time. And we have ways and we have theatrical terminology that just really sort of pinpoints everything. We have words of saying super pros. That means the elder statesmen of theatricality, the young up-and-comings, as we say, the bright young ones. There are certain things that we hook onto, and the new thing is star and superstar. But may I theatrically simply say to you the two nicest words I know in show business. Danny Kaye.
I was a comparatively young man when I came here this afternoon. Between Mary Martin and Sammy Davis and myself, I think we represent 312 years here at the Palladium. It's been 25 years since I was last on this stage. And I'll tell you something about that a little bit later on. I think everybody has been asked to do something, and I'm not going to do anything. So, good night, ladies and gentlemen. No, I tell you that there has been, I did a song and a picture recently, many years ago. And it was, I remember the story of an unsuccessful gypsy, and in that picture I played the part of the unsuccessful. Hank, let us know with the van. Whiskey through the whispering woods on a wild Romany pony with a yak 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 and a yak a dock and a yak a dock to donate. Rides a gypsy, the gypsy, the gypsy, the gypsy. Whoop! I beat you. The world thinks him tipsy and careless and free. But oh, the poor gypsy, his lot is not what it ought to be for. Night and day and day and night, there's a man that's sick of obeying with a whip in his hand. Over gypsy he stands, and this is what he is saying. Hum, hum, hum. Play, gypsy, sing, gypsy, dance, gypsy, laugh, gypsy, cry, gypsy, live, gypsy, die, gypsy, drink, gypsy. Drink to goodbyes and drink to hellos. Drink to the open, drink to the close. Drink to me only with thine eyes, and I will drink with my nose. And so we drink, but first we sing. The gypsy feels it. Ladies and gentlemen, I almost forgot. Now, how can we sing gypsy song without gypsy chorus? It's impossible. So I would like to ask you all to do me a favor tonight. Instead of you being the audience, I would like you to be for me gypsies, yes? Now, it's very simple, really. We divide the audience into 3 groups. We have 1 group, 2 group, and 3 groups. From top to bottom, this easel over to the left. When I give you a beat, you will sing for me like that. Zoom. Everybody with me? 2 gypsies. Everybody, please, put the kneading in your ear and make a nice zoom. Everybody, with me? This group here, top to bottom, when I give you a beat, you sing for me like that. Stock, stock. Everybody, with me? Stock, stock. This group here, my little stars. When I give you a beat, you sing for me like that. Ha, ha, ha. Everybody, with me? Can you hear the stock, stocks? Ha, ha, ha. You see you zoom, zoom. 1 big zoom. Everybody with me? Hey! Isn't that beautiful? Now I sing gypsy song. I will sing Al-Zachemeton Och, and you will sing for me Zoom. Everybody with me? Al-Zachemeton Och, Zoom. Isn't that magnificent? Now we chew the note a little bit. We go to the top of the class. I will sing Al-Zachemeton Och, and you will sing Zoom, Nim, Nim, Nim. Everybody with me? Al-Zachemeton Och, Zoom, Nim, Nim. Dagvela Chorosha. Oh. Please, don't disappoint me, stockies. Let me have 2 nice stocks, please. Al-Zachemeton Och. Very soft. Very loud. Very good. My little stars now. Yeah, boy, yeah, be good. I didn't make it yet! You're supposed to wait till I give you the beat. You crazy. Yeah, boy, yeah, be good. You are late. Yeah, boy, yeah, be good. Now we all sing together, we go. Zoom, stop, stop. That's it. Zoom, stop, stop. Zoom, stop, stop. Zoom, stop, stop. Now, chimney Paris on. Thank you. Could I have a chair out there for a minute? Thank you very much indeed. Let's put this down just a little bit. Thank you. A little more. This was supposed to go down, but something got caught, and they couldn't get it down. That's why I'm so far away from you. What's new? I would suppose that the happiest days of my life were spent in this theater, in this city, and in this country. And we were reminiscing with a great many people here the other day about what has gone on in this theater and what happened in this theater. Now, I used to do a thing with a cup of tea. And I mentioned something about not having a cup of tea. And somebody, as a joke, one afternoon came out with a cup of tea and we kept it in the show. And the night the king and the queen and the two princesses came, they were sitting in the first row, and I mentioned something about not having a cup of tea and went on to do a couple of numbers. And suddenly there was a laugh in the audience. And I said, "What's the matter?" And the king looked right at me and said, "Your tea, your tea." I said, "Thank you, sir." And then after the show, we went upstairs in the royal box, and they told me that they enjoyed the show. And he said, "What would you like to drink?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know anything, sir. Scotch will be all right." He said, "Scotch? We don't even get that at home." I said, "Sir, you don't know the right people." And he thought that was very amusing. I must say, it's kind of interesting to sit here and have a kaleidoscope of events go by. It's incredible. How many of you here were at the Palladium when I was here years ago? 12 of you. Well, I think I remember. Would anybody like to take this? Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here, come here, come here, come here. When I was a very little boy many years ago, I was taken to a theater in Brooklyn called the Bushwick Theater. There's a man walked out on the stage, had burnt cork all over his face. He was one of the old-time minstrel men. Now, I don't know if any of you are familiar with minstrel shows or not, but there used to be quite an institution many years ago in our country. They used to have these steamboats plying their way up and down the Mississippi. And he did a song that maybe some of you will be old enough to remember. I know you will be. First you put your tune in, close and tight. You swing 'em to the left and then you swing 'em to the right. Step around the floor kind of nice and light, and then you twist around with all of your might. Spread your loving arm way out in space. You do the eagle rock with such style and grace. You put your left foot out, and then you bring it back. That's what I call falling the jack. First you put your two knees close up tight. You swing 'em to the left, you swing 'em to the right. Step around, nice and light, and then you twist around with all of your might. Spread your loving arms way out in space. You do the eagle rock with such style and grace. You put your left foot out and then you bring it back. That's what I call falling jack. Now, you sing it and I'll do it. And first you put foot out and then you bring it back. Well, where's the Well, it's too late now. That's what I call falling the jack. That's what I Ladies and gentlemen, no. We've got to be out of here by 2:15. So we're going to have rushed the things up a little bit. And since I told you that there was a very, very deep, there's a very deep horn from the thing over there. That's what it is. And here, it didn't happen now. There's one thing that explains it all. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I think of you wherever I go. I get a funny feeling inside of me as I walk out there. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner
Your Majesty, finally, from the golden days of Hollywood, I am honored to introduce two of its most revered actors, James Cagney and Pat O'Brien.